I'm wrapping up this letter that I wrote you. Maybe it's the only way to go through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Evening, evening, evening. I hope you can hear me well. I hope you can hear me well. Well, this is the review show that I promised you. I've been away for the weekend. Went to go and recharge my batteries and took the wife away for the weekend. Went to York, absolutely amazing place. Went to the Shambles. Spent the weekend up there. It was brilliant. Felt like it was a good time to get away after Liverpool obviously done the business on Friday, which is what I want to talk about today, and also all the other updates which has happened over the last couple of days. And I've obviously just found out that Leeds beat Everton, which is effing hilarious. And obviously Manchester United getting beat again, which is always good. Let me have a quick look at the Everton Leeds result. 1-0, penalty, 84th minute. Wow, Leeds had 2.07 XG for goals. Everton 0.55. Leeds had 21 shots to Everton's 7, but Leeds only had 3 shots on target. Very interesting. So this guy had a really good game. Anton Stacks. Do you remember me speaking about him about a year ago? Do you remember me telling you about Anton Stacks? And I was also telling you about Angelo Stiller from the Bundesliga, saying that those two could be terrific midfielders. He went to Leeds, so you'll be able to see him in the Premier League. I didn't realise Leeds had a Brazilian goalkeeper called Perry. He had a really good game as well. But man of the match was Leeds left back. Everton, I mean, look at the form from Everton. Can you see that form from Everton? They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 games they've lost. Everton, they've been absolutely woeful. Anyway, good on Leeds. I do think they'll go down though. It all depends on the type of football they play. If they try and play the ball out from the back, then they're a goner. They are genuinely a goner if they try and play the ball out from the back. But if they try and, defend tight leads and, try and make it really difficult for teams, then they might have a standing chance, but it all depends on what they do. Because there's so many teams that come up and just automatically think that they're going to be able to play the football that got them there in the first place, and you're just not in the Premier League. Premier League is just different. It's just a different animal. You just can't do that. You really can't do that. You can't play that type of football. Otherwise you're just going to get battered every single game. Anyway, Everton with the standard 0 points, which is good. Do I sound better? Okay, so the thing about Moyes is there was a lot of West Ham fans asked who's the ideal manager they want back at West Ham, and they all said Moyes. Can you imagine if what's the name gets sacked? Graham Potter gets sacked from West Ham, and then Moyes goes back to West Ham. But it's an interesting one. But let's see what happens there. But all we need to know about is how we got on, and we did really well, and we beat Bournemouth, who beat Arsenal and Manchester City last season. Played some sensational football, Bournemouth, last season. Remember, Bournemouth's attack hasn't changed. That's what people seem to be forgetting. It's Bournemouth have still got the same attack. They didn't get all their attackers sold. They lost their defenders, but they didn't lose their attackers, which meant that they could still play a lot of their football going forward, which is what Bournemouth were so good at. They were so good at the pace, the running, catching you on the break. And look, the end of the day, like I said this on Don's show on the Friday night. Canate, Robbo were absolutely dreadful in that game. Canate and Robbo were dreadful in that game. Like Kirkes probably shouldn't have played that game, but if Kirkes wasn't on the pitch for the first 60 minutes, we'd have probably lost that game by a couple of goals because he was there. Like Robbo wasn't even there when they scored. Like Semenyo ran right past him and he just watched him and didn't follow the runner into the box. At least Kirkes did that. Like Kirkes did it in the Community Shield. Kirkes got a yellow card. Like tracked the runners as much as he could. Like it's a really difficult game to play as your first Premier League game against your old team that basically made you who you are. Like they know his tricks. They know his weaknesses. Like you don't think the first thing that the Bournemouth manager Areola didn't do is went, right, we need to target Kirkes because we know his strengths and weaknesses. And that's what he did. So the Man City one's a bit weird because didn't Wolves keep it at 0-0 till the 40th minute? Like, were they that good? And the crazy thing about Manchester City, have you actually seen how big their squad is and how many players they have that are over 50 million quid, on the bench? Like, Man City have an unbelievable squad to delve into. Like, they do. Seriously, they do. We're gonna analyze the game. Okay, we're gonna analyze the game. There's things that people might not agree with in that game, and that's fair enough. Like that really is fair enough. Like it depends what eyes you watched it in, whether you watched it with rose tinted or whether you watched it with, oh, well, I don't like that player, so I'm always going to pick on him. But if you just watch that game from a enthusiast or a purist point of view, you'll see a lot of positives from that game. See a lot of positives from that game. And what you will see is you will see some mistakes from players, from certain individuals in that game, which made the game a lot more difficult than it had to be. And that's just how it was. It didn't have to be a difficult game. When we were 2-0 up, even the commentators said, oh, I feel for Bournemouth here. This could be a hammering. It could have. But we had individuals that let us down. And those individuals will keep on letting us down because that's what they've done for quite a while now. They've let us down. And they're going to continue to do it. They're going to continue to do it. These individuals have bozo moments. These individuals haven't got the capacity to be a Premier League footballer anymore at the top level. Maybe at the bottom level, but not at the top level. These certain individuals should probably be playing for Burnley now. You know, that's the type of team you should be going to now. You should be taking your ass off to Celtic and spending the last couple of years at a club where you can maybe do a little bit less running, or maybe you can switch off, or maybe you can do your bozo stuff and they'll get away with it. But you can't be doing it at a team that's fighting to win the Premier League, the Champions League, and every competition that we're ever in. 100%. And we also need to talk about the refereeing. We really do need to talk about the refereeing because I can't believe what happened is not being talked about anywhere. Like, it's not. Like, it should be on the back page of every single newspaper. Like, it is an absolutely scandalous, horrendous decision, which could have cost us 2 points. Could have cost us 2 points. They should have had a red card in the first half. They should have. Like, it was a blatant handball. Like, he flicked the ball away with his fingers as he went to touch the ball. Like, it wasn't an accident. He went to push the ball away, and he did. And for them to then make up some bogus shit-face shit decision and then post it on social media, it's just absolute crap from the PGMOL yet again on the first day of the season with Liverpool again. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? I genuinely don't know why we still have Michael Oliver officiating any Liverpool game at all. Like, this guy should be banned from Liverpool games. He should be banned from Liverpool games because he is clearly a Manchester City shill. He is clearly doing something untoward to make us not get points if he can make it happen. If he can make it happen, he will make it happen. And there wasn't even another look at it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the guy literally whacked the ball away with his hands. Like, it was clear and obvious. Like, the referee didn't see it, but VAR seen it, and so did all the fans, and so did everybody who watched it on replay. And nothing's been spoke about it because we won the game. I don't give a shit if we won the game. The officiating was absolute arseholes again. Absolute arseholes again. 100%. I think he is. I think he is. And the weird thing is, didn't he do another cock up as well? Wasn't he the first referee to introduce the 8-second rule shite, which is a load of shite about goalkeepers holding onto the ball? Because Michael Oliver had to be involved in that crap as well, didn't he? Guy is an absolute Middle Eastern bought, conned, I don't know, official who's basically doing whatever they say from over that side of the world. God knows how much they're paying him. Check his bank accounts. Like, seriously. Like, how many games has that guy taken points off us? And how many Manchester City games have they got points from him? I genuinely believe we probably could have won 2 league titles if it wasn't for Michael Oliver. Like, I honestly believe that. Like, I'm genuinely not making that up. I reckon we could have won another 2 league titles if it wasn't for Michael Oliver. Just single-handedly, just remove Michael Oliver out of the refereeing, officiating for those 2 seasons, and we'd have won the league twice ahead of Manchester City. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that. And I don't even know whether he was in charge of the Chelsea game where Luis Suarez got pulled down, or he didn't get pulled down, he basically got elbowed in the face for a penalty, which would have made it 2-2 with Brendan Rodgers, if you remember correctly. The one where Gerrard slipped. Yeah, that could have been a 2-2 game, which is another point. And then the refereeing when Raheem Sterling broke free and he was onside by about 5 yards. Like, I don't know whether Michael Oliver was in charge of those 2 games, but he might have been. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, because then he might have taken a league title off Brendan Rodgers. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know how far it goes back. Like, has anyone actually gone all the way back and had a look at the refereeing, who was in charge of all of those games where we lost points? The ones where Brendan Rodgers lost the league by 3 points, I think. And then you've also got the Rafa Benitez league that we lost by 2 points. And then obviously you've got the Jurgen Klopp leagues that we've lost by 1 point each. Like, Michael Oliver's been involved in probably every single one of those leagues. honestly, probably one of those games in that season had a Michael Oliver faux pas. And Taylor is a terrible referee, by the way. The crazy thing about Anthony Taylor is under Brendan Rodgers, idiot, under Jurgen Klopp, we had the worst win ratio against any other referee in the league to Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor, we had the worst win record with Jurgen Klopp in the Premier League with him. Is what it is. And the first game of the season in the Carabao Cup, in the Community Shield, who did we have? Who do we have as VAR? Oh yeah, we had Turney. Of course we had Turney. Madness. Absolute madness. Anyway, sorry. Went on a bit of a tangent there. 73 of you in here. Appreciate you being in here because I know there's a lot of other shows that are on. But I appreciate you all in here. If you can hit the like and subscribe, that would be amazing. I just want to let you know that I've actually lost subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, I would really appreciate you to hit the subscribe button because I've actually lost subscribers this weekend. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Look, I'm down to 1,787 when I was at 1,000. I was on 1,791 at one stage, and I've gone right down. So I'm really looking to get to 1,800 by the end of the month. So if you're not a subscriber, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button, please. I really want to get that number back up. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Anyway, shall we start off with something funny? Yeah, let's start off with something funny. Okay, so let's look at something funny. Right, was this funny? Yeah, this was funny. Okay, so let's have a look at some wild alternative timelines. So you've got Nunes and João Cancelo. Then you've got Trent and Mbappe. Then you've got Ten Hag and Quansah. Then you've got Pep Guardiola and Pep and Linders. And then you've got Harry Kane and Luis Diaz. Isn't that one of the most weirdest timelines that you could think of? Alternative timelines. And that's just happened in 1 year. In 1 year that Arne Slot's been at Liverpool. Isn't that a madness? That's a total madness, isn't it? That you've got that. All of that has happened in the space of a year. It's crazy. Oh, Charlie, you're an absolute legend. Hang on, sorry. Arne Klopp is a legend. Thank you so much, Arne Klopp. Just smashed out 20 memberships. Thank you very much, Arne Klopp. I hope hope everybody that's just got the membership from Arne Klopp is thanking him. Big up Arne Klopp. Love it. So I thought you'd like that. I've also got this one as well, which is funny. Hang on, let me just remove this. Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad, isn't it? I wanted to show you this. Where is it? Because I'm probably going to get it, so I thought I'd show you it. This is so what they do is they create They create like ideas for Lego, this website, and they've created this cop, not the cop, an Anfield Lego, but it's a new one, like it's a new type, with the new stand and stuff in. So I think it looks amazing. Like I'd buy that. I'd absolutely buy that. The new Anfield Stadium Lego. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that because I thought that was really cool. Michael Oliver's been. Oh, let's have a look. This is interesting. Michael Oliver refereeing Liverpool overall. 57 games, 26 wins, 20 draws, 11 losses since 2011. It'd be really interesting to know those 20 draws, what was accomplished off those draws, like as in were they like really important games that we dropped points because of him? Like I'd really love to know what games he refed. SG, like if you're a geek and you want to look at that, mate, I'd really appreciate it. And I get you on, mate. You can show some screenshots of what that is, or I might look into it. I might look into it myself. But yeah, I think that Lego. I think that Anfield Lego is amazing. I'd be all over that. That would go with my collection. I would absolutely go with my collection. Also want to show you this as well because I thought this was wild. Where is it? So I haven't got any sound on this, but what I wanted to show you was just look at the pace on Ekatike here. Okay, let's look at the pace on Ekatike. Okay, so that's Ekatike there, 22. Yeah, stuff, unbelievable stuff there by Hugo Ekatike. Got like unbelievable stuff. 47th minute, and he just burns everybody off in the second half. Sorry, right at the end of the first half to chase the man. And did you notice Kanate just dawdling around again? Like literally, Ekatike runs past Kanate. Should we watch it again? Should we genuinely watch this again? Because this makes me angry at Kanate more. This. So let's watch it again. Okay. So you've got right all the way to the halfway line, first of all. Frimpong, I'm a little bit annoyed with because he's a fast player, but he did a lot of running all game. But watch Kanate here. This is Kanate here. And this is the problem with Kanate all game. This is the problem with Kanate. Not looking at the player, having no idea where his runner is. He's let him run off him. Like, Kanate knows where the man is. Like, he's just been with him. Look, Kanate knows where the man is. It's not that he doesn't know where the man is because he runs past the man. And then he runs all the way back. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Like that's quite annoying as well. Because that's not Virgil. Who is that? So that's McAllister. So McAllister's playing him on side. Actually, he's not playing him on side. Kanate's playing him on side. So Konate's playing him on side because he's ran past him. But why isn't Konate on the man? Or why isn't Konate just someone just close him down? Just take the ball off that guy. Like it's not rocket science. Like it really annoyed me in the game. Really annoyed me in the game. So you got Ekatike that then pushes him over. I don't think he got a yellow card for that as well, by the way. So now Konate's played him on side. Okay, and he's also too far away from him. Okay, so the guy's now got Konate and Virgil in front of him. Yeah. And you've got Ekatike, who's ran the whole length of the pitch. The whole length of the pitch to block him. And Konate still lets him get a shot off. Konate still let him get a shot off. Okay? Even though he could see the man the whole time. You can see the man the whole time. Like he literally ran past the man to get ahead of him. He still didn't block the shot. There's no reason why that ball couldn't have ended up in the bottom corner. If that was a good shot, it could have ended up in the far corner. And that could have been them equalising at half time. And it would have been because Konate didn't do his job. Again. I'm really having problems. Like I'm really having problems with this guy. I'm really having problems with this guy, and I'm starting to see the same kind of traits as Trent when Trent had his head turned and he wanted to go to Real Madrid. Like, look, at the end of the day, you can be tall and you can win headers. It's not going to last forever. That's not going to get you out of games. It certainly isn't going to get you out of games when the opposition just runs at you. There's a difference between pumping the ball 30 yards into the box when you're a really tall person that can win loads of headers. Cool. Nat Phillips could do that, by the way, but we didn't keep him. And then you've got players that are just fast and can run at you, and you don't do anything about it. Well, we've just watched one example there. That's one example of Konate not doing a job and Ekatike having to run the entire length of the pitch to be on the player where Konate should have been. And he's been good in games. Konate's been good in games. I'm not saying he hasn't. But I'm telling you now, the kid Leone is better with the ball on the floor and a player's running at him than Konate is. I'm telling you. And he's 18. And if you watch the videos of Leone, he's everything Konate isn't on the ground. He is everything that Konate isn't on the ground. And Liverpool are going to have loads of teams counter-attacking against us because that's all they can do. That's all they can do. All they can do is counter-attack on us. And that's what's going to happen in so many games. They're going to try and break on us because we attack with so many players in games. And Arnie Slot said it's not going to change. Arnie Slot, he said it's not going to change. He said it's not going to change. It's going to carry on. And if we've got wing backs now that have now got pace, then they're going to be running up and down the pitch more, which means they're going to be more players out of position, which means you need to have your centre-backs be able to tackle people as they're running at them. Virgil van Dijk's really good at it. I don't think Konate's good at it. Don't think Konate, he doesn't win enough tackles. He wins enough duels, like in the air, doesn't win enough tackles. Look, he's been good. Konate has been good. I'm not saying he's garbage. I'm not saying he's rubbish. I'm not saying that at all. We've had one good season out of Canate, like full season of a really good player, which was last season. But then you still haven't signed a contract. And if you read into everything about Mark Wahey, then it looks like Mark Wahey's going to be done this week. And I'm going to show you some more stuff here. Not about Canate, but I'm going to show you some stuff about Guehi, because I think Guehi's going to be done this week. It's looking pretty solid. So there's a 10 million difference in valuation between Crystal Palace and Liverpool, while the Anfield are not budging from 35 million. Palace are insisting on 45 million. We'll sign him for 40 million. That's just going to happen. Like, it really is. That's just going to happen now. And then you've got Fabrizio Romano. Now we expect the two clubs, Newcastle and Liverpool, to return to negotiations for Alexander Isak, but always the same points. Newcastle have to find a new striker. And now we can also make jokes about Newcastle because, are Newcastle going to pay the 60 million valuation for Visser? Are Newcastle going to pay the 60 million value for Visser? Because if your club say the player's worth that much, then you should come to the table with a decent offer, shouldn't you, Newcastle? Instead of making out that Liverpool are lowballing you with 110 million, okay, offering 25 million for a 60 million value player, is that lowballing? Yeah, it is. So why don't you go and take your face for a shit, Newcastle fans? Go and take your faces for shits. And then chanting that Alexander Isak is a greedy bee. I mean, are you dumb? Are you really, really that dumb? Are you really that stupid as fans to literally make up a chant about him being greedy? How is he being greedy? He's not even the highest paid player at your club. Seriously? He's not even the highest paid player at your club. So he's clearly not that greedy, is he? This is not worth 60 million because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. But this is worth probably 50 million. Like, the guy is a goal machine, and the guy doesn't take a lot of shots. Have a look at his numbers. His numbers are unbelievable. But he's only got a year left on his contract. And apparently, he was also given a gentleman's agreement and was told when Tony moved, he was told if he stays for another season, they will sell him at an acceptable price, which is around 40 million. Yeah. And he'll be able to move to another club. And look, at the end of the day, he wants to go and play Champions League football. He's 28 years old. He's never going to get another chance. He's never going to get another chance to play Champions League football. He's 28. But Newcastle, are you going to pay the value? No. Why would you pay 60 million when the player's not worth it? Exactly. Why would we pay 150 million when the player's not worth it? The player's not worth 150 million because he plays for Newcastle. That's the reason why he's not worth 150 million, because he plays for Newcastle United and they're a small club. Sorry. And this is what Liverpool value him at. Liverpool value Isak around 120 and 130 million from Ben Jacobs. And guess what? That's probably about right. So offering 110 million is a starting point. It's a starting point. But when you totally disrespect Liverpool and just go no, and then don't even counter offer, why should Liverpool do anything? Why should Liverpool do anything? Because Liverpool don't need to do anything. Because we have player power. And the player wants to move to us now. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to aggravate for a move. Because that's what players do when they want to move clubs. Go and listen to the interview. Go and listen to the interview with Jermaine Pennant. And he's talking about how he aggravated for a move, how all players do it. It's something that players do when clubs hold them to ransom and won't let them go. It's just what happens. Get over it. And now it all starts again. You're going to see stories leaked that Alexander Isak voted for Mo Salah. Oh, here we go. Boo hoo. Boo hoo. Alexander Isak is the bad man. Boo hoo. All the shit's going to start now. All the shit's going to start now. Oh, and what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? So Antonio Semenyo has got has added a 1 year extension onto his contract, and Arsenal are looking to sign him before the end of the window. And Semenyo is an Arsenal supporter. So what do you think's going to happen? He's probably going to throw his toys out the pram. He's probably going to ask for a transfer request. But you know what? No one's going to talk about that because it's Arsenal. No one's going to talk about that because it's Arsenal. Yeah, I know. Rooney's on his side. I know. I've got some funny stuff that Rooney said. I'll show you now, actually, what Rooney said. Rooney's predictions. Most important signing, Jeremy Frimpong. Golden Boot, Mo Salah. Breakout star, Rio Gigamoa. Rooney's on the side of Liverpool then. I tell you what, he's a terrible pundit, but we'll let him have that. We'll let him have that, eh? What else have we got for you? Oh, I like this one. Michael Owen having a little dig as well. If you ever see Alan Shearer criticising Isak for his actions, make sure you don't forget this post. Michael Owen, not sure you are as loyal to Newcastle as you make out, mate. I distinctly remember you being inches away from signing for Liverpool after Sir Bobby Robson put you on the bench. You tried everything to get out. Interesting, eh? Interesting, eh? So Alan Shearer, goody two shoes, he tried to get out of Newcastle. And then you got Eddie Howe. I hope the Isak situation gets resolved quickly, says Eddie Howe, as Liverpool are on it. We'd like resolution, we need clarity, I'm not in control of it, but I've made my stance pretty clear, he added. Liverpool have their new proposal ready to be sent as soon as Newcastle decide. Could be a Premier League record deal. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Fab's never let up. He's never let up on this Isak deal. Never let up. And then you've got this one. And then you got this one. Ben Doak has completed his medical for Bournemouth after the deal was done on Friday. LFC will have a buyback clause to keep future control of the player. 25 million. That's 25 million pounds back for the money we paid for Kirkes, which was 35 million. So Kirkes really only cost us 10 million. That's how good our business has been. And I also want to show you this, because this will blow your mind. Okay? This will blow your mind. Right. So have a look at this. Ten appearances for Liverpool. That's how many times he's played for Liverpool. 10 times. 10 times he's played for Liverpool. Honestly, 10 appearances and we sell him for 25 million. I can't stress how incredible our ownership are. Our people in charge of transfers and people in charge of selling players and buying players. It's pretty insane. It's just insane the amount of business we've done that's just been in and out. It's quite incredible. So the numbers are here. Liverpool's summer transfer business, 266 million in arrivals, 211 million in departures, whilst potentially signing Isaac Gahey and maybe a winger arriving in the potentiality of Tsimikas, Elliott and Chiesa departing. Right. You also need to take off 25 million because this was done before. So this was done before. So you can take that off as well. So that's actually less. So it's 55, 40, it's 30. So it's 30 million. We've spent 30 million. It's mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling how good we've been. And then I do have to stress that there will be a load more going, but they'll all be going on loan. So Liverpool are pushing to do some leg business this transfer regarding academy talents. Kate Gordon, Callum Scanlon, Lewis Kumas and James McConnell are all being made available by LFC for loans without an option to buy on a season-long deal. Experience is key, with three of four players' seasons last year being affected by injury. So we're giving them another chance. But at the end of the day, they're probably going to be sold when they come back. But maybe we get a bit more value for them after they get another season under the belt. So that's a load more players that are probably going to be leaving. Obviously, you've got a couple of bits here. Hang on. Where's that? Yep. So the Tsimikas one, we still don't know where he could go. There's been a couple of initial loan proposals, and obviously Nottingham Forest were interested in him, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he might end up at. Where he might end up. But he is leaving now because he's out the squad. He's not even been on the bench. And this one was interesting as well. So apparently The offer that was given was 150,000 a week, which is the wages that Canate's been offered, and he still wants 200,000. So it's now decision time for Canate. Liverpool. The rumours are Liverpool will sell him for 35 million if we can't sort out a new contract. Where's the bits I wanted to show you on Canate? It was where is it? Sorry, bear with me. Canate. Nope, I've lost it. Was it there? Oh yeah. So this was the one from the BBC. Talks between Liverpool and Crystal Palace for Mark Guehi should accelerate in the next few days. That was today. So, and there's also a video knocking around of Mark Guehi ignoring Glasner at the end of the game, at the end of the Chelsea game. So I think that could be him done. I wanted to show you this. What is it? Yeah, I wanted to show you this. I thought this was really interesting. So, most valuable players, from each club, according to Transfermarkt. Okay. So I've just got to get rid of the chat for a sec. Have a look how much Alexander Isak's worth. 120 million euros. So that works out at about 90 million pounds. And Liverpool have offered 110 million pounds, which is 130 million euros. I just want to ask the question, is Transfermarkt so far off? Like, is that something which is so far off? Because Haaland's worth 180 million, Saka's worth 150 million, Sesko's worth Sesko's worth 70 million because he's just been signed. Eze 55 million. Is that even Eze? I'm just saying. So I just found that an interesting chart of players' values. The most expensive player at Liverpool is obviously Florian Wirtz, who's 20 million more than Isak. Well, that's not according to Newcastle and every other club by the looks of it, who says that we should pay 150 million for Isak, which works out at 170 million euros. And then you've got Canate. Liverpool and FSG could sell shocking Canate. According to Dave O'Seacop, Liverpool and FSG could be willing to entertain offers of 35 million for Ibrahim Canate this summer, should he fail to agree a contract extension terms. All parties have reached a nervous crossroads in discussions with Canate, wanting significant increase from 70 to 200. We've offered 150, I believe. The report even adds that the Frenchman has been disappointed. So, okay. Oh, is that what it was? All right. Okay. Well, that's interesting that he went to do a drugs test because didn't a couple of Barcelona players didn't do a drugs test and they got away with it. I also going to do a few funnies. Have you seen this meme? I swear Ekatike looks like Trent with a wig on. I mean, it's a pretty good meme, innit? Let's be fair. I've got some more for you as well that you might like. So that one's funny. Then you got this one. This isn't a meme, but I just thought this was mad. Since the start of last season, Arsenal have scored 31 goals from set pieces. And they say they're not Stoke. Seriously? Arsenal say they are not Stoke. They have scored 31 goals from set pieces. Absolute mentalist. Absolute mental. I can't get my head around that. I've got some more for you, don't worry. I've got one that might just make you really mad. So, high foot challengers photograph on the PGMOL website, was a high foot challenge that Doku did on McAllister in the 94th minute of a game, which wasn't given. The official Premier League website is using Doku on McAllister as an example for a high foot challenge, except this wasn't given as a foul during the game. If you're wondering why last night's handball wasn't called as a foul, just look at this. The official Premier League website is using Doku and McAllister as an example. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. They hate us. They hate us. They absolutely hate us. We will never get what we deserve because they hate us. They hate us. Couple of funnies. Sesko is the worst striker I've watched in the Premier League since Gokares 30 minutes ago. Oh. New season, same Arsenal. Oh. Okay, you want some more? Do you want some more? What about this one? Do you like this one? Guess who's back to their position? Manchester United are 15th again. Oh, hang on, I'm not finished. I've got some more for you. Do you like this one? Do you like this one? Cole Palmer, midfielder, hasn't scored a Premier League goal from open play since January the 14th. We are now on August the 18th, and everybody is raving about this guy. He's a penalty merchant. I've said it all along. He is a penalty merchant. January the 14th, he hasn't scored a goal in open play. Yeah. Yes. Do you want one more? Have we got any more? Yeah, I've got one more. Salah at 33. Hazard at 33. Salah scoring the 4th goal. And then Hazard, I'm just watching the game because he's retired. Oh. And on the back of that, who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot this year? Shall we think about this? Because there are some absolute leg ends in that. Look how far back it goes. But look how many times Mo's won it. Mo's won it 4 times. Like, Mo's won it 4 times. Like, seriously? Like, Mo's won it 4 times. Like, has anybody won it more than Mo? Thierry Henry is on 4 times. Thierry Henry's won it 4 times. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2004, 2005, 2005, 2006. So Thierry Henry's won it 4 times. Mo's won it 4 times. Yeah, Mo won it in 2017-18, 2018-2019, 2021-2022, and 2024-2025. 2026, 2020, 2025, 2026. Could be Mo again. He's already got 1. He's already off the mark. Interesting. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. I was also wondering whether someone had won it 4 times. Hang on, how many times has Shearer won it? 3. Owens won it twice. Wow, Kevin Phillips won it. 30 goals Kevin Phillips scored that season. That is mad. For Sunderland as well. That's mad. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank won it twice. Drogba's won it twice. Kane's won it. Oh, hang on. How many times has Kane won it? Kane's won it 3 times. Wow. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. What else have I got for you? Got loads of stuff here. Hang on. Then you've got the Swedish manager defending. Swedish manager defends Alexander Isak and confirms he's in contact with the striker. Alex is a great guy and very professional. We should all be very careful about drawing conclusions because we don't know the bigger picture. I've spoken to Alex a lot during this period. I'm sure it will all work out in the end, but you have to know the whole picture before you draw conclusions. He's been speaking to him. So he knows the whole story. And the whole story is Eddie Howe knows the whole story. And I absolutely love this in the interview that Hugo Ekitike did. I can do a lot of things. I can do better and I can go even more for this team. You're my kind of guy. You're my kind of player. More, please. Same again, please. Anthony Gordon had a little dig at Isak. I think everything that has gone on. I'm sure the atmosphere against Liverpool is going to be wild. It's been difficult because we're such a tight-knit group and never really had any problems publicly. And that being the first thing that's happened, it's tested us. But we've still got that spirit and togetherness. And it's never going to go, regardless of individuals. It can bring us closer. Things like this can test you, but make you better in the end. No holding back from Gordon. Or maybe he's jealous. Maybe he's jealous because he didn't get that move. And you can't blame Liverpool for that because that got blocked by Newcastle. Just like they're blocking this one. And then obviously Alan Shearer having another absolute brain fart. Shearer on Match of the Day slagging off Kirkes for the first goal for being too attacking, even though he'd already been subbed. Brilliant stuff, Al. That's from Ian Rush. Sorry, that's from Ian Ryan, sorry. Kirkes wasn't even on the pitch, and Alan Shearer was slagging him off. It was Andy Robinson who was on the pitch, not tracking his runner, not doing his simple defensive duties. Also, a couple of things about the end of the game. Mo Salah absolutely devastated in tears when Liverpool fans were chanting Diogo's song. I also want to say that the fans were just incredible, absolutely incredible. The fact that they've got to go through this again and again and again is must be really tough. It must be really tough for the players to go through it over and over again. And Arne Slot keeps on getting asked about it every single time. They've dealt with it so well. Could have easily got underneath people and got on top of them, the emotion side of it. And Chiesa, I mean, what a goal by Chiesa. I also want to show you something else that Chiesa did. Chiesa was instrumental in this game, by the way. And fair play to him. He also ran 32 kilometres an hour in that game. He was the second fastest player on the pitch. I didn't know Chiesa could run that fast still. Maybe I've been a bit harsh on him. I don't know. But it was a world-class finish. It really was a world-class finish. The whole squad admires how Chiesa has dealt with the adversity since joining Liverpool. The way he was mobbed, underlining how highly he's regarded. The forward is particularly close to Alisson, Alexis McAllister and Wataru Endo, which is nice. And he's also got Leone staying in his house now. To obviously integrate him into the team. I think Chiesa stays. Genuinely do. I think Chiesa stays now. Slot's comments as well at the end of the game, it does feel like Chiesa's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of done something which might have just made Slot just sit up and go, oh, hang on a minute. This is a guy that could just potentially come off the bench and do something special. He's one that's got a winning mentality. He scored a goal against Newcastle in the final when we were shit. We were shit in that final, and he came on and scored a goal. And he's come on and done this. And I'm going to share my screen now, but check this out. This is how important he was in this game. Right, where are we? Right, can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay, so I want to show you this moment here. Okay, so I want to show you. So first of all, you have the ball that's come out. Now watch this. Look at Chiesa pointing. Can you see Chiesa pointing? Hang on, let me make it a bit bigger. Sorry. So you can pointing out. Go and track that runner. Ball comes back in. The ball had to come back in. The ball had to get lumped back in because Chiesa had told Cody Gakpo to mark the number 25. Brilliant bit of play. This is basically winning the game. By the way, I know his goal won the game, but this is winning the game here. Now watch. Look, ball's here. Loads and loads of Bournemouth players still pushing up, trying to get an equaliser, and then watch Chiesa. Takes the ball, falls over, gets a foul. Just a really clever bit of play by Chiesa, just completely ends the game. And then, from that bit on, then, instrumental. Absolutely instrumental. absolutely instrumental he was. Like, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I mean, look, games. So just keep him and have him off the bench. Like, bring him up, bring him in off the bench. He can play left wing, right wing, up front. Like, you've got a guy that can do every. Let me show you this. 2 seconds. I don't really want to go into this too much because we know it was horrible. Okay, we know it was horrible. Yeah, we know it was horrible and racially abusing a player when he's in a wheelchair. Like, he understands. He should understand about. So I'm talking about the guy who sat next to him with a hat on. He was next to him, and he's wrote this post. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen. 2 seconds. I need to remove that, and I need to share my screen. You might have seen this already. I don't know. You might have seen this, but I don't know. But I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay, so this is from Nick Collins. Okay, so this is the guy who was sat next to him. Okay. I'll go into the details on tonight as I have hundreds of replies on my earlier post, and there's no point replying to all of them. So this fella has had a season ticket for many years at Anfield. He's passionate, but often takes things way too far. It is what it is. He has crossed the line before by throwing stuff at officials, usually chewing gum. The stewards looked embarrassed rather than do anything, so I guess that's allowed. His behaviour to escalate may be in his brain. Okay, this is an eyewitness. Okay. About 28 minutes into the game, Semenyo goes to take a throw in. He's not a player that goads the fans and seems like a decent lad, the sort of player that people want playing for the club. For reasons I'll never know, the fella near me in Bay 7, I'm in Bay 9, decides to go over to him in his wheelchair and shout something at Semenyo. Semenyo then asks him to repeat it, and he repeated it and threw his chewing gum at him. Then 2 minutes later, the player stopped. The fella next to me says he hopes Mark hasn't said anything racist to Semenyo, but then I'm getting texts from people saying it's about the fan in the wheelchair allegedly abusing Semenyo. We missed the first goal because all of us were uncomfortable being around this guy, who's now sat in silence, probably realising what he's done, and he's soon to be in the shit. We didn't want him near us, and people, including myself, were just calling him a racist prick. It was just uncomfortable to be around him, and we wanted him gone. The stewards didn't have a clue what was going on either. He was eventually removed from the ground at 9:01 by the police, firstly saying he refused to move and wouldn't leave, but then agreeing to leave, then kicking off. I'd gone to the toilet by this point, but saw him kicking off near the exit. I believe there's some kind of protocol where the police have to remove them and not stewards, and they have to get a sort of investigation going first. That's why it took them 30 minutes to get him out the ground. So the club now have to help the police with an investigation, and rightly so. If he's found to have racially abused Semenyo, he needs to be banned for life. No excuses. I agree. Another fan chimed in saying Semenyo didn't look upset, so sort of sticking up for the abuser or playing devil's advocate. But he just looked shocked to me, which is probably why he asked him to repeat himself. So props to Semenyo for having the brilliant game he had. All three goal scorers were black, by the way, which was quite fitting, really. The irony is the fella The fella had a no room for racism badge on his shirt. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The guy who racially abused Semenyo had a no room for racism badge on his shirt and racially abused Semenyo. I mean, he's a fucking scumbag and should be banned for life and should never be allowed to go near any football game ever again. That's just... I didn't know that. Like, you probably didn't know that either, to be honest. I think at the time it was annoying that we had him around the prick, but I think the club acted as fast as they could. I believe stewards can eject fans if they personally hear abuse, but otherwise a report needs to be made for it to happen. On the flip side of this, look at the amount of disability abuse there is in response to this. Discrimination is discrimination. So if you're making your edgy jokes about disability on the back of it, you're just as bad. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the guy should understand. I cropped his face out for obvious reasons, but it's incredibly ironic to have that badge on you and then do something like that. There's obviously going to be legal process ongoing now. The head steward asked us all a few questions and everyone was helpful. Proud of the way the club acted in response to one prick. Anfield is very welcoming place to people from all walks of life. Let's keep it that way. And you can see it. You can see the no room for racism badge on his shirt. Like, he's literally got the club the match day shirt on, which has got no room for racism on his shirt, and he's literally racially abused him anyhow. Like, I mean, I'm lost for words. Like, I'm lost for words. Like, maybe you haven't seen anyone go into this on other shows. Like, I'm not really going to go into it, if I'm completely honest. But I just wanted to read that out to you because when I found it, I was like, I should probably show people this in case they haven't seen it. But yeah, there you go. Have to cover all angles, okay? Unfortunately, I had to cover that because this is going to be another way for them to beat Liverpool. It's another way for them to hit us with a stick and try and hit us when we're down and say we are this and we are that. And you know what it's like. They all hate us. They all hate us. They all hate us. The referees, the Premier League, the media, they all hate us. The government, they always have. They always will. It's never going to change. It's never going to change. We do things the right way. We sell players, we buy players. Oh, Liverpool are buying the league. Oh, it's not fair. Like, honestly, like, it just doesn't matter. Like, it's never going to matter. We just have to go and get on with it. We have to go and get on with it. They wanted us to lose. They wanted us to lose. They've already started making memes and jokes and compilations about Verts, and they've already started. They're already saying that Verts is a flop. They're already calling him squirts. Like, they're already starting. Like, that's just the way it is. We like it that way. We're Liverpool. We like it that way. Because then when we win, we can just go, fuck you and fuck all of yous. Because we don't care. But this guy's a scumbag. And he should never go to a football match again. And I don't want him to wear a Liverpool kit again. Prick. Anyway, let's talk about the game. Okay, before we go. Because this is a match review. It's a match review. So let's talk about the game. Okay, so here we go. Where are we? These do really good reviews, by the way. Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. Chiesa and Salah break the Cherries' hearts. A spirited Bournemouth performance was not enough for a point, as late goals from Federico Chiesa and Mo Salah saw Liverpool win 4-2 on the opening night. The hosts looked in control after goals from Hugo Ekitike and Cody Gakpo had given them a 2-0 lead. Only a brace from Antonio Semenyo to set up a tense finish on Friday. However, substitute Chiesa fired in an 88th minute volley. Chiesa came on the 81st minute, by the way. Okay? Inspirational substitution by Slot. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, okay? For everyone saying Slot substitutes ruined the game, Slot substitutes won the game because Curtis Jones was the guy that knocked on Mo Salah's shot where the goalie had to save it, and then the save then went out into Chiesa's path, and then Chiesa volleyed it into the corner. And also, Wataru Endo volleyed the ball in the air up to Mo Salah for the assist, for the fourth. So, say what you want about Arnie Slot, but his substitutions scored and assisted to win the game 4-2. Shove it up your arse, you haters. Shove it up your arse, you haters. Because Arnie Slot's substitutes won the game. Look at the numbers, dumbasses. Even some of our pundits, even some of our content creators were talking trash, talking shit. Seriously. Talking absolute rubbish. Oh, Mo Salah should have been subbed. Well, yeah, of course he should have been subbed. He scored the fourth. He also took the shot, which Curtis Jones knocked on, which the goalie saved, which Chiesa then scored. So Mo Salah was completely involved in both of the two goals that won the game. So you're talking crap. Mo Salah never comes off because Mo Salah always has something to do with in the game. Always has something in the game. You can have an absolutely arse game and win, and he scores the winner. Bournemouth are a good team. Bournemouth have taken a lot of scalps. They've taken a lot of scalps. Bournemouth finished 8th last season. It's the highest they've ever finished. They're not trash. They are not trash. But we gave them 2 goals. We gave them 2 goals. Robbo was shit. Canate was shit. We gave them 2 goals. We carry on. It was gutting for Bournemouth to end the game after dominating large parts of the second half. Not really. They kind of dominated the end bit. But Arnie Slot's side showed a resilience that helped them win their title last season to get it over the line once more. A poignant and impeccable minute silence. It was incredible, that minute silence for Diogo Jota, I've got to say. Slot named a few new faces. 4 new faces in your team. Of course, it's going to be a little bit wishy-washy, but we're still winning 2-0. We were still winning 2-0 at one stage. It was a relatively quiet start to the game, with Salah having an early effort on goal, cutting inside. Their goalie made a lot of saves as well, by the way. The visitors' first chance came moments later as new face Adrian Truffitt crossed for Semenyo, but Semenyo fired over the bar after Kirkes put him off. Bournemouth started brightly, but were perhaps fortunate when a VAR check deemed Marcus Sensi not to have denied Ekitike a clear goal-scoring opportunity when he diverted the ball with his hand on the halfway line. They had another glorious chance in the 35th minute when Adam Smith burst into the penalty area. That was also a Canate problem with that one as well. But he could only scuff his shot gently into the hands of Alisson, who was making his 300th appearance for Liverpool. Ali, by the way. Cherries were made to pay for wastefulness 2 minutes later when Liverpool were ahead. Ekitike give and go twice with Alexis McAllister before working his way into the box and calmly scoring past Petrovic. The Frenchman could have had another, but he headed over the bar, and that was a big chance, by the way. I do have to say, Ekitike missed a sitter, okay? Ekitike missed a sitter. I will say, Ekitike missed a sitter, okay? The guy is human, and he did miss a sitter. I will say that. The Frenchman could have had another, yeah. It didn't take long for the Reds to double their lead in the second half. Ekitike was involved again as he received a pass from the left-hand side of the penalty area from Milos Kerkez before laying it back to Gakpo. The Dutchman cut inside before placing a firm shot into the bottom right-hand corner. Cody's XG on that shot was 0.16. Yeah, 0.16, and and Chiesa's was 0.12. They were both really, really difficult goals to score. And I'm going to say it right now, all right? I personally feel that Cody gets so much hate and is so underrated by our own fan base. And I just don't get it. I really don't understand it. I don't care if the guy isn't easy on the eye. I don't care if he doesn't go dribbling past players and does all these flicks and tricks. The guy is a fucking bagsman. The guy is an absolute bagsman who will score you goals all the time. He will score you goals all the time. He will create chances all the time. His whipped ball to the back post is one of the most dangerous things in any game. It's that dangerous that Mo Salah started copying him from the other side, if you haven't noticed. You need to notice, because Mo Salah now does the same as what Cody does with that whipped ball to the back post. It's so dangerous. But Cody is so underrated, and I find it really weird. I just do. And you know how much I rate him. I talk about him all the time. And I say, look, give him a whole season and he'll score you a shit ton of goals. And you'll be like, whoa, where did this guy come from? He was already there. He didn't come from anywhere. He was already there. It's just when we got him from PSV for the first season, Jurgen just didn't have a clue what to do. Jurgen was just playing players all over the park, but not in the right positions. He was, and he still scored quite a few goals that season, by the way. He was still our third top goal scorer that season, even though he got played in midfield, he got played on the right, he got played up front, but he never got played on the left. Never got played on the left. And then we played him on the left, and guess what happened? He scored loads of goals. And he's going to do the same this season. He's an absolute bagsman. He's a bagsman, honestly. And he works hard, and he does everything you can want in a player. He's not silky. He's not good on the eye to watch. He doesn't go flying past players because he hasn't got pace, and he's not skillful, and he doesn't dribble past players all the time. But what he does is he just gives you a solid 7 out of 10 every single game. A minimum of 7 out of 10. And he doesn't do a huge amount of tracking back. Because he's not he's not that guy. He's not that guy. Does quite a few fouls. I've got to say, he does foul a few people. But the disrespect he gets of everybody is just, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. I don't know what you're watching. Anyway, he scored an unbelievable goal, by the way. He scored a goal that no other player in the Liverpool team would score. And the reason why is because he has initiative. And he got hold of the ball and he went, oh, hang on, I've gone past one player here. Oh, I haven't really got a pass on. I'm going to try myself. Went past another player, and then just calmly put it in the bottom corner. So many of our players would be looking for dad. They'd all be looking for Dad. Where's Dad? Where's Salah? Where's Salah? And they'd try and do the pass to him, and it'd fuck up. And Cody did that earlier. He tried the pass, and Mo didn't control it, and it went out. So guess what he did this time? I'm going to use my initiative. I'm going to try and score a goal. And he did. You know what annoys me the most about Cody and our fan base? He would be fucking incredible in a Manchester City team. And he would be incredible playing for Arsenal. And you'd be all pissing your pants and getting wet. And you'd be like, oh my God, this guy's incredible. I wish he was at Liverpool. Well, he fucking is at Liverpool. And if he was at another club, you'd be pissing your pants over him wanting him at Liverpool. So appreciate what you've got, because he's made for a Pep Guardiola team or an Arteta team. He does exactly what he does at Liverpool for them, and you'd be all over him. You'd be pulling your pants down for him. Oh my God, I can't believe Liverpool didn't go and sign him. Oh no. Well, we did, and he plays for Liverpool, and he scores loads of goals. So just watch him. Anyway, where are we? Didn't take long for the Reds to double their lead with a brilliant goal from Cody. And that made Ekitike the first Frenchman in Premier League history to score and assist on his debut. And that's ahead of Thierry Henry. Ha! How do you like those apples? It also meant Gakpo has scored and assisted in 10 consecutive Premier League starts at Anfield, becoming only the second Liverpool player to achieve such a streak after Salah on 3 separate occasions. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Hey? Did you hear that, you fucking haters? Did you hear that? Fucking hell, man. Watch the bloody football game and watch Cody Gakpo and look at what he does. On the hour mark, Slot changed both his fullbacks with Wataru Endo and Andy Robertson. Frimpong and Kirkez came off. Frimpong was injured. Yeah, Frimpong had a tight hamstring. Okay, that's the reason why he came off. And Kirkez was on a yellow card, and he was getting torn to pieces by Semenyo. Probably because our midfield wasn't really doing anything, because they didn't have a defensive midfielder in there. Probably why. It certainly didn't have the intended impact, because he played Endo down the right-hand side and he got bypassed by David Brooks, who played a perfect low pass into Semenyo to half the deficit with a close-range finish. Andoni Raiola's team started to ramp up the pressure, which eventually told as Semenyo counter-attacked it from a sloppy Salah pass. Yes, it was Mo Salah that gave the ball away. It wasn't Dominic Szoboszlai. So don't listen to all the nonsense about it being Dom's fault. It wasn't. Mo Salah gave the ball away, and Dom could not control it. He couldn't, because the ball never went to Dom. And I know that Slot said that Dom tried a trick, but he didn't. He didn't try a trick. That wasn't that goal. He tried a trick for the first goal. So the ball broke down in midfield for the first goal, with Dom trying a trick. The second goal was nothing to do with Dom. It was Mo Salah giving the ball away. Where is it? Sloppy pass from Mo at the other end. Took advantage of Ibrahim Konate turning his back on him and unleashed. I mean, he turned his back about 6 times. Like, that wasn't a case of he turned his back once. That was a case of Konate basically ran backwards for about 30 yards when all he had to do was tackle Semenyo or foul him. Bring him down. Take a yellow card for the team. Take a yellow card for the team. But you didn't. You just ran backwards. You were shit. You were so shit in the game. You were so shit in that game. You were shit in the game at Wembley as well. You were all over the place at Wembley. Like, I can't be having it. I can't be having this guy still not signing a new contract. Everyone sniffing around him from Real Madrid. And now Barcelona are also linked with him as well now, which is even more annoying. I know. It showed immense strength and character. It did. That's fair enough. Liverpool frantically tried to get back ahead and were arguably aided by Bournemouth sitting back and trying to protect their point. Yeah, because they understood they were lucky to get a point. Kaiser was introduced off the bench and repaid him with his first Premier League goal. The Italian volleyed in a loose ball. It was an incredible volley. It was an incredible volley. Like, it really was. Like, it was a work of art. To hit that on the slice and not spoon it over the bar was just world class. It was world class. Salah had been frustrated in his aim to score on the opening day, again to that point, but he managed to do it so late on as he ran along the ball into their half. Wataru Endo cut his right foot and finished past Petrovic into the far corner. The Egyptian extended his record of matchday goals won to the Premier League, becoming the first player to score 10 goals in an opening day competition. He has now scored at least once in 8 of his 9 matchday games for the Reds. And there's your ebbs and flows. Like, just look at the ebbs. Like, it's so high. It's so high, the threatening by Liverpool. We should have scored more than 4 goals. Like, sorry, we should have scored more than 4 goals. And the Opta Games stats, Liverpool extended their unbeaten run on an open day of the league season to 13 games, 10 wins, 3 draws. Only Chelsea have had a longer run without defeat on match day 1 in the competition's history of 18. With his first Premier League goal, Chiesa scored Liverpool's latest winning goal in the 87th minute. No one's ever done that before. While it was the latest by any side in their opening game of the season in English top flight since Diogo Costa for Chelsea against West Ham in 2016-2017, Bournemouth have taken just 1 point from their 9 Premier League games at Anfield. An average of 0.11 per game. Only at Manchester City do they have a poorer average on the road. And that is all I have got for you tonight. Let me just double check the news. I mean, I'm just looking at what Craig Hope wrote about Wissa, which is pretty much the same as what he wrote about Isaac. Basically saying he had a gentleman's agreement that he could leave. It's so funny. It's like it's like, but it's okay what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, it's fine what you're doing, Newcastle. Like, you know, there's a guy that's probably going to go on strike for Brentford, but it's all right. Of course, it's fine. Like no one's got a problem with that. No one's got a problem with that. Like, that's okay for you to do that. Don't worry about it. But when Liverpool do it, I mean, when Isaac does it, I mean, God forbid. Also, 17 clearances versus Bournemouth, the most ever in a single Premier League game. Virgil van Dijk, by the way, his clearances. There's a couple of other records as well, which Mo can win this season, which I'm going to show you. Mo's not finished. So these are the records that Mo can still score. Sorry, still do. Premier League records, Salah can break. First to score 10 goals, he's already done that. First African to score 200 goals. First African to reach 100 Premier League assists. First to win 5 Premier League Golden Boots. You've already seen that one. Most Premier League Player of the Month awards. He can win that. And first to score 200 Premier League goals for Liverpool. So there's still a couple of records that Mo can nab. What else have I got for you? I got this one. Where is it? That one. That's a mental stat. 148 goal contributions in 147 Premier League games at Anfield. Wow. Mo's on his own island. Mo is genuinely on his own island. And this one here. I told you he was going for it. I was convinced he signed another 2-year contract because he wants Rooney's records. I was convinced he wants Rooney's records. Most goal involvements for a single side in Premier League history. Mo is after Rooney's records. He has to be. He has to be after the goals and the assists record. So he's on par with Ryan Giggs. So he's on par with Ryan Giggs now, which means he's going after Rooney's. Crazy. They're absolutely crazy. I mean, you could literally do an entire show just on Mo's numbers. You really could. It's quite insane. You could just do an entire show on Mo's numbers. What else do I want to show you? Oh yeah, there's a couple of things here that so there's this one. So Mo Salah is now 15 goal involvements on match day 1. So he's overtaken Rooney for that because Rooney had 13. He had 8 goals and 5 assists. Mo's now on 10 goals and 5 assists. So he's already taken that record now. He's taking it onto another level. So, and there's no one on that list that's even going to get near it. What else do I want to show you? I wanted to show you this. I wanted to show you this as well. All the memes about Florian Wirtz. Sky Sports did a fan view, and 26% of all fans said that Florian Wirtz will have the biggest impact this season compared to any other new signing. I think Kudos has been really underrated there. I think Kudos is going to have a huge impact on Spurs. He's already got 2 assists. I'm a little bit annoyed we didn't go for Kudos. I really am. I'm a little bit annoyed we didn't go for him. But I trust what we've got. But I am a little bit annoyed because I think he's a terrific player. I also wanted to show you this because this is wild. So Chelsea's 49th signing in 4 years. 49 signings ago, Liverpool were in 2014. 20 years ago. 20 years ago was our 49th signing. Honestly, Chelsea are doing mental stuff. They're doing mental stuff. That's I mean, okay, it's 10, 11, 12 years ago. Chelsea have done it in 4 years. It's just bonkers. It's bonkers what Todd Bowley's doing. Absolutely bonkers what he's doing. Really is. And then this one blew my mind. There has never been an English manager who's won the Premier League. Did you know that? There's never been an English manager that's won the Premier League. And there's only one German. Yeah, there's only one German and one Dutch guy. And that was obviously Arne Slot and Jurgen Klopp. because Tuchel didn't win the Premier League with Chelsea. But it's crazy. 14 titles have obviously been won by you know who. Actually, 14 titles would have been won by Fergie and Kenny Dalglish. But it's crazy, isn't it? 12 signings a season. That's mental. Isn't that mental? Isn't that mental? No, I don't think that was the Premier League. Not Eddie Howe. I know. So I thought that was funny. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look at the Chiesa thing. Shit. Does that mean Chiesa's gone then? We've just been praising Chiesa and he's going. Is that what that was? I also wanted to show you this as well because this was funny. Like, look, he's an absolute scumbag, but Richarlison does not hold back, does he? Look, Richarlison on Saliba's Instagram. Imagine getting this from Spurs player. You look a bit skinny, bro. You should try lifting some trophies. Literally, Richarlison trolling Saliba in July after winning the Europa League. That is mental. I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Hang on. Hang on. Indy. Let me see what Indy's got. No, okay, so that's not from Indy. So Romano. What's that? Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's great news. Okay, that's great news. And I'm going to finish actually. Okay, so let me share my screen. So we're going to finish on this. So this is Chiesa staying. So Federico Chiesa and his agents have informed Liverpool about their clear desire to stay at the club. Okay, so that's Chiesa staying. So that is great news that we're keeping a striker because we bloody got rid of so many. I mean, to be fair, like when we got rid of Ben Doak, it must have been a case of Chiesa has to stay if we got rid of Ben Doak. Like that has to be something that happens. You can't let him go as well as Diaz and Nunes, and God rest his soul, Jota. And then obviously we'd have got rid of Doak as well. Like that's 5. Like you can't let that many players leave. You can't. And then you've only signed one. You've literally only signed one in Ekitike. That's great news. But we have to get Alexander Isak and Mark Guehi done. That has to be done. I wanted to show you one more thing before I went. One more thing. So let me share my screen. And I wanted to show you a scouting report from Brighton on Leone, who we've just signed. And we have this conversation. How many times have we had a conversation about, oh my God, I can't believe we don't go and get the players that Brighton scout. I can't believe we don't go and get the guys before they go to the big clubs or they go to those clubs and then they get sold for ridiculous money. Well, guess what we've done? We've got the guy before he went to Brighton. Here we go. Oh, it's in bloody Italian. Shit. Sorry, it's in Italian. It's in Italian. What I will do though, I will put the link in the chat and someone can do a translation. Okay, so there it is. That's the scouting report on Leone from Brighton, from a Substack guy from Brighton who does the talent spotting for Brighton. And that's all you need to know about him. Highly, highly rated. We've got ourselves an absolute worldie in the making. And we got him for, 26 million when they wanted 36 million. And we've just sold Doak for 25 million. Who's the winger? So if we don't get Isaac, I think we go for Barcola. If we don't get Isaac, I think we go for Barcola. And I think we go and throw some of the Isaac money at Barcola. Because he can play wing. He can play wing. He can play wing. The only problem is we don't have a number 9. But then we have Ekitike and we have Chiesa. Chiesa can play number 9. But I've said this on Don's show. Like, everybody was trying to shoehorn Isaac and Ekitike into the same team. And I mean, just saying, oh yeah, you play every single brilliant player all on the pitch, and then you have nothing off the bench. Like what if the game's same as the game at the weekend on Friday? What if the game's like 2-2, coasting along, and then they suddenly score 2 goals because you've got dumbass moves by a couple of your players? You haven't got a Chiesa to come off the bench. Say you haven't got a Chiesa to come off the bench. And you got Isaac and you got Ekitike both playing. You got no one to influence the game more. That's why you need someone like an Ekitike on the bench. Like, and I get it, he's been brilliant. But he's not Alexander Isak. And if you play Alexander Isak for like 60 minutes, Ekitike can do the rest. Ekitike can do the rest. He doesn't have to play every single game. Like, say you've got a Champions League game, Carabao Cup game, and then like 2 Premier League games in the space of like 10 days. Yeah. Say the Champions League game is against the lower team in the Champions League. You play Ekitike. You play him. And they say you got Man City away in the Prem. Isaac plays. And then you got a cup game. You can play Ekitike. You can play Chiesa. Then you got those other 2 Premier League games. Say you got, I don't know, say you got like a Manchester United at home, Isaac. And say you got Newcastle at home, or say you got Burnley at home, or you got Burnley away. You just played Ekitike in those couple of games. Maybe Isaac could go one more, but you just want to make sure that Isaac's completely firing at all cylinders and he's fit for those games, the big games. You play Ekitike again. You've got that rotation. You have that rotation of a player similar to a player that's coming off. Like, Slot said it in the press conference afterwards. He said, that game needed a Jota to come off the bench, but we didn't have a Jota. God rest his soul. Because he's a different type of player to Nunes. Nunes wasn't a Jota. And that's why he didn't work. He really didn't work. Because they weren't the type of players that you needed. Jota is the type of player that can drop into midfield. He can give and go. He can get involved in the play. He's also got the skills. He can go past players as well. You know, he used to be a winger. Ekitike can do that. Isaac can do that. And they're quite similar to each other. Obviously Isaac's a lot better because he's proven in the Premier League. But there's a difference. And that's why we need to get that one over the line. That one makes a huge difference. And Guehi is so important because with all this stuff that's hanging over Konate, for me, just put him in. Just put him in over Konate and see what Konate does. See whether he bolts. See whether he signs a new contract. See whether his agent comes back and goes, "Nah, we're going to Real Madrid," and then we can make a decision. because we can't have this hanging over us all season. Will he, won't he? Contract this, contract that. Like, honestly, don't need it. I don't need it. I know it's past my bedtime. I did like a fat 4-hour drive this afternoon, and I also went to the dentist again. I'm absolutely knackered, but I'm just running on adrenaline now. I'm running on adrenaline. And also, thank you very much for everyone that's tuned in tonight. And also, thank you for the memberships. Really appreciate it. I am out of here. Hope you enjoyed the review show. And we'll be doing some more shows through the week anyway. Everything's back to normal now. So you'll see me again tomorrow night, probably 9:00. If anything's kicked off in the afternoon, then I might do another show, but I doubt it because I've got another dentist appointment in the morning, so I probably won't do an afternoon show. But I might do one in the evening, depending on what's happened. But you all have a great evening, and I'm going to send you on to somebody else who is live. Let me have a look. There's 143 of you in here. How many likes do we have, and how many subscribers do we have? Let me see. So, can we get the subscribers up, please? Come on. Can I get 2 subscribers? There's 150 of you in here now. Can we get the subscribers up? If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Let's get those subscribers up. How many? Only 65. Only 65 likes. Seriously? 65 likes. There's 140 of you in here. Can we get the likes up by 10? Come on. Can we get 10 likes? Come on, can we get 10 likes? Can we get 10 likes? I thought my mic was all right. Mike. Is the mic not good? I need noise isolation software. I thought what I had was noise isolation software. Yeah, noise suppression is off. Is on, and echo cancellation is on as well. Auto gain control, high solution. Yeah, come on, let's get the likes up, and please subscribe. I want to get over 1,800. That would be amazing. Is Mont's on soon? Okay, I'm gonna send you on to Mont then. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, he is. Is actually Liverpool still stalling? Yeah, I'm gonna send you on to Mont's. Yeah, so I'll forward you on to Mont's. Putting came out raid. I haven't been on Mont's for ages. Maybe I'll jump on for a bit. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, whacking came out raid. Just doesn't have isolation on it. You can hear all the clicking. Can you hear all the clicking? Okay, mate. I get you. Okay. I get you. I'll have a look at that, buddy. All right. Thanks for the advice. And I've got to click again now. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Please hit the like and subscribe, though.